Welcome everybody to another banger new show plus. I'll just say it up front. I'm Leo Vader. We've got Ben Hanson here.
Thanks for having me, man.
Special guest Suriel Vazquez.
Hello.
And special guest Charles Harte, whose idea this whole crazy thing is. I mean, Charles, do you want to walk us through this?
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Yeah, no,
Nice.
So I message, sometimes I think of New Show Plus ideas and I message Leo them. And
Always
the
appreciate
message
it.
I sent to Leo said, probably stupid New Show Plus idea you guys might have done before. The 10 twos, 10 games you might give 2 out of 10. Is that anything?
Mhm.
And Leo added it to the list. So it
Word
was
for word.
literally just the word, the 10 twos. And then I think it was coming up with what that meant afterwards. And we decided on best games that have a 2 in the title. Now,
Perfect.
I do want to propose something, and we can shoot it on really fast. I just want to get it out there because I think it might be kind of funny. What if we rank these based on the most 2 that they are?
Speak on that.
So, for example, a game that has multiple 2s in the title. One I have picked out is NBA 2K 2022.
No, we
Like,
can't.
that's
We
pretty
can't.
too. Or a game perhaps like Spider-Man 2, where there's 2 Spider-Man 2s and the second Spider-Man 2 has 2 protagonists. I mean, that's pretty crazy. But after that, we do it does kind of get absurd pretty fast, but I just like the idea of us getting really angry about NBA 2K 2022, a game I don't know if any of us have played.
People
We
are
can't beat
always asking why don't we just do like a mathematical system that decides the 2 10s based on our top 10, and mathematical system for
Right,
this
right.
where it's just the amount of 2s in the title might, I think, satisfy everyone.
And then this will be a 10-minute show, and then we'll be done.
We're gonna do it like the 2 10s where we are just volleying out names at first, and we're not going 10 hours with this like the 2 10s. So I think if it's gonna be mentioned, we want it to have a chance. That's what I think.
Okay.
And we want
Yes,
to mention
that
them all
sounds
out
good.
loud because this is available in the audio feed for patrons at the $5 tier or above, as well as on YouTube.
And Lee, you know what else is available for patrons at the $5 tier or above?
I've got no idea.
I'll tell you, it's specifically for people who join at the $5 tier or upgrade from the $2 tier to the $5 tier before June 9th. We will DM you on Patreon with a Steam code for Star of Providence, which is one of my favorite games of 2025. It is from Big Mode, the Donkey publisher, you might know it as. It's their follow-up to Animal Well on the publishing side, right? But it's a great game, overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. We choose these game codes to give away for games that we really like, and I really, really love Star of Providence, and other folks are into it as well. So we'll DM you a Steam code if you choose today as the day where you support MinnMax on Patreon. Technically, you have until June 9th, but we have 200 Steam codes to give away, and we will let everybody know if we run out on all social media. So you can check that out on your favorite social media feed. Otherwise, we'll DM you a Patreon, or we'll DM you on Patreon the Steam code for Star of Providence.
That's a great deal for everyone involved, Hanson. And
Thanks,
you can,
man,
of
I
course,
agree.
go back to our discussion on it from before we had this deal going at all. We always try to get games that we already like.
Yep, for sure.
Suriel, you want to give us our first real suggestion for a 2 game?
Not these Charles suggestions.
I'm just going chronologically down my list, but first one is Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Oh, didn't even think of that one. You're totally right, Suriel. God darn it.
And
It's
and
nice
I
to
know
have
this
you
is
back.
it's not the only criteria, but that's one thing versus another thing. That's 2 things.
But
I
there's
like that.
3 on each team,
Yeah.
right? 3 on each
Yeah,
side?
that's tough.
Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, you have like,
character divisible by 2.
yeah,
Right,
you have-
numerology. I forgot Suriel's going to be bringing numerology to this whole proceeding. Great contender. And I love that we don't even have to go, which is the best Marvel versus Capcom, Like, this is great.
Right,
to have
right,
it, like,
right.
It's 2 or it's nothing. Fantastic.
it is locked in.
Keep going down the line, Charles. What else you got?
Give me. Let's put Assassin's Creed 2 on there.
Great, too.
Do we see it on the board?
And
It
that's
has a 2 in the title. It
It
qualifies.
does. I mean, you play as 2. You play as a guy playing as another guy. That's 2 guys.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
guys.
good point. Good point, actually.
Does it going by Roman numeral 2 increase or decrease its effectiveness? Is it
Great
2
question.
game?
Well,
No,
Roman
it is-
numeral 2
it-
specifically is 2 eyes.
Yeah. He was on the same page as me. Two symbols representing two. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Right. Great. I'll submit a simple classic Watch Dogs 2.
Simple classic. No one's going to be a rude monster about it. It's absolutely underscore. Really?
Thank you for the
Right, and that maybe
underscore,
loses points because it is no space, just the
One word.
one word with an underscore in the middle. Yeah.
I want to see charades for underscore. How do you do that? 2 words, 1 underscore. Hey, Leo, my suggestion is it too late to mention that Patron supporters at the $10 tier vote to choose which new show we create or continue with New Show Plus, and they voted for this show?
It's never too late to mention that. Sometimes I don't even mention it until we're done recording.
I know. It's an easy thing to forget, but rest in peace, memory card archaeology. We got it out of our system. One and done.
Yes. You're lucky I mentioned the audio feed. The other contenders this week are really strong, and I hope they live in some way. That courtroom game is so made for Haley and us. We're gonna make that happen at some point in some way when her schedule clears out.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on the board somebody striking back, a little devil named Cortex with a game called Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex Strikes Back. Not Wrath of Cortex, different game. Cortex Strikes Back.
Fake fan demerit for that one.
No.
Suriel, keep us rolling. This is really close to the show that where we just name games and go, oh yeah, that we've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
You mean video game podcasting?
Yeah. This one's more topical. Capcom versus SNK 2, which just
okay.
Okay. I said I'm going chronological. Okay.
Jeez.
It came out. I think they came out within a year of each other.
Is it? Are you playing that now because of that collection?
I've been watching a lot of it. And it is still so much fun to watch. That soundtrack is incredible.
Leo, I will drive to your house and kiss you on your feet if you can tell me what SNK stands for right now.
Ooh. Shinjeku no Kaisen?
Hang on, is that correct? I have no idea.
Leo looking like, well, I definitely want him to drive over to my house and kiss me. I need to get this right.
There's so much on the line.
Let the record show it is Shin Nihon Kikaku. I'm so sorry. You were close.
I got the first 3 letters right. The first letter of each word. Okay. Wonderful. Is that anything you need to say on that?
It's very different from Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It's kind of the polar opposite. What I like about it actually is that it's kind of this, it's not just a crossover in like thematic terms. So it's like, oh, all your favorite characters are here, but like they combine systems from different fighting games together. So like depending on your groove, you can basically choose to basically play Samurai Showdown, where you have this meter that is always full, that is filling up, and then when it's full, it automatically triggers you, but you can't air block, which is you have to have a different groove for that, or there's one that gives you a parry, and there's one that lets you roll and stuff. So it's like you can basically pick what kind of fighting game you want to play along with which characters. And that is the thing that's actually in a lot of modern fighting games. With like Street Fighter V had like the V system, and even like I think Mortal Kombat basically has their different, like, oh, you can have these different skills or like this different version of a character. So it was doing that a long time before like most fighting games are doing now.
This is so great for people who comment on the 210s saying we should talk about fighting games more. I feel like we need to really remember this and direct people to it, because I think this would be so satifying for those people to hear you say something like that with that much wisdom.
This is our pro bono fighting game conversation for the year.
Yes. Charles, hit us with a dumb one.
Oh, a dumb one?
No offense.
Just for the meme.
Oh, he's standing. He's rising.
Too tall?
He's being a peace sign.
That was the Peggle 2 meme.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Never played it, but you said a dumb one.
That's
That shouldn't preclude it from being on here for sure. 2 times rolls.
And you know, if I'm thinking of it, I didn't even know that was Peggle for the longest time. I just knew that was 2. How do you get more 2 than that?
Right. I'll throw out a real contender for myself, Titanfall 2.
Great answer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with StarCraft 2, Wings of Liberty.
That was on my list as well.
Ooh, all right.
2 wings?
Oh, it's a powerhouse. Yeah, there's a couple of wings. They only have 2 wings of liberty.
Nice.
Good.
Wings is a multiple, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Most things only have 2 wings. I'm going to say Metal Gear Solid 2.
How did I not think of that? I am so mad at myself.
Two guys in that one.
What's the
Hell
subtitle
yeah,
on
two
that?
guys.
Two guys.
Sons of Liberty.
Liberty.
Right, more Liberty.
Mhm.
Whoa, 2 in a row with Liberty in it? That's kind of...
Whoa, Liberty.
Need you say
Metal
more?
Gear. Metal Gear.
Can we put Portal 2 up on this list?
Yeah.
Oh my
we
god, there are
can.
so many good 2 games.
Good too.
This is nuts. Let me steal one off of Charles's list. Red Dead Redemption 2, come on.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Is someone not going to come on for that? Come on, everybody.
Come on.
in the chat.
Everybody, give us your commands in the chat.
Leo, I know you haven't played this other than the opening 2 hours, but maybe that helps in this situation. Mass Effect 2.
Wow. Maybe it does.
Silent Hill 2.
Originally remake.
Yeah, but he also
Okay.
consulted on it, so he should have to say the first one technically.
I'll say the first one.
Okay, it's gonna ding you.
Not making the list now. Let's do Mario Galaxy 2.
Widely
Yes.
agreed to be the superior one?
Not widely. I'd say 60-40.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you, Jeff Gersman, for the big raid. We're making the top 10 list of games with 2 in the title. Is the plan. We're building the list.
you can't just say that. We're doing the 2 10s parody. So we do this thing called the 2 10s, which is a list of 2 sets of 10 games at the end of the year. It's our top 20 kind of, but it's 1 through 10, 11 through 20. And so now we're spinning that for the 10 2s, Charles's idea, and it's to the top 10 games that have 2 in the title.
Now, Jeff Gersman, honorary, we should put on the list. He recommends Street Fighter 2. And what are we going to do? Not take his recommendation?
Sure.
It's got to go on that list.
Does that top the other fighting game 2s that are on here for you, Suriel? Capcom versus SNK, Marvel versus Capcom.
I think it's between this and Marvel, right? I feel like this group is maybe more in favor of Marvel. Is that how we're leaning? But we can decide that later. But it should go on the list.
Yeah.
For sure.
And this is 210's rules, right? Where we're not trying to come up with some nonsense objective list. We're just measuring the passion in this specific group for these games on the list, right? That's the best we can do.
Yeah, the NBA 2022. If we were doing this objectively, that would be the most too.
Right.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Let me go with a Sly 2 for my next one.
Oh, wow. They dropped the Cooper.
They dropped the Cooper, which was 2 words, first and last, loses some 2 points.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. I'm gonna go with now, judges in the back.
Yeah.
Where do you stand if I proudly declared Star Ocean: The Second Story?
It does not have 2 in the title.
That's the question. It's the second game. It's called The Second Story. Is second to 2.
Is it written with a 2 or is it written as the word? Because I think it's written as the word.
It's the word. No 2.
I see it written out and I say, where's the 2 there? I don't know. I don't think it's...
If there's no hill that we die on, if there's one hill, it's got to be this one.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, it's got to go. I agree.
Yeah.
At that point, what about old classic what about Resident Evil 2?
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, you know what? I'll even say the remake. I think it's...
I'd fight harder
more
for that.
passion. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 protagonists, second version, huge 2 factor on that one.
Yep.
Suriel, what you got?
I'm gonna go with a slightly wacky one. Final Fantasy X-2.
Yeah,
now,
that's the spirit.
Is this just for the absurdity of it, Suriel, or are you actually?
I really like Final Fantasy X too.
All right. Okay.
But,
good answer.
Yeah,
no one's perfect.
Let's do a check-in on chat and see if they got any that we would fight for here.
Yeah, they have some questions if you want more odd ones. Goat Simulator 3 second game of the series.
Thank you so much. That's so close.
Okay.
So close.
Thank you for engaging in the chat.
Yeah. Now, what about Too Human?
Wrong 2 again, so close.
Okay.
I guess
near-
we need to change the title of it to the 10 twos if we're gonna really care that much.
I think it can.
Yeah.
I think it can be written out. So like, I think It Takes Two could exist on the list, but I don't think I agree that once it's TOO, it's like that doesn't. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
You see
That
my
makes sense.
vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, somebody suggested Near Replicant version 1.224744871139.
That's even closer than Goat Simulator 3, but still wrong. Yeah.
It's got 2 in the title. To be
I would
fair.
count it. I would count it.
Okay. I have a
You
genuine
would count it.
I have a genuine one to put on the board and have us question.
Okay.
It Takes Two.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It
Doesn't need to
counts.
be a sequel. That's not part of the
It
rules.
doesn't
It's
need
just-
to be a sequel.
No.
Okay. Good. Love it.
Of course, easy. I've seen The Last of Us Part 2 a couple times.
Yeah.
I like that game. Yeah,
I like that game a lot.
It
I think Mega Man 2 as the oldest one here. What are we doing? Okay. There's a space. Give him his respect.
For real?
For real, man.
That's right.
Yeah,
Mega Space
his name's
Man.
not- his name's not Mega Man.
Mega Spaceman. Yeah.
That makes more sense to me than he's man first with the mega like.
I mean, you might as well just put
Prefix.
Megan 2.0 on the list at that point if you want to combine those
Oh.
words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
does Maforgan count? Second Megan movie?
I'm gonna say Advanced Wars 2, Black Hole Rising.
Nice.
Wow. Does it rise by the end of the game?
The rising is quelled by the end of it,
Okay, good.
but they do rise.
What about Battlefield Bad Company 2?
Sure. Great. Yeah.
Great.
Everybody just shout them out rapidly.
Yeah.
Let's get Alan Wake 2.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Another 2. That's got 2 people.
Half-Life 2.
Episode
Half-Life
2 specifically, chat's bringing up as a real contender
For
here.
sure.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a lot of 2.
That's
Yeah,
good.
Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. Very similar. Ooh, Leo, here's one for you, you dirty dog. What about a Just Cause 2?
Great. I was just holding that in a game store to honor Jeff Gersman. I was just holding that and going, this probably isn't as fun now as I remember it, but I still want to play it again.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say someone
Metroid Prime
said
2.
Sure, that's good.
Sorry?
So I was gonna say someone said tunic, and I want to say that by our rules we did not allow it. But
Okay.
I really like that thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
Good.
It is good. It is good. Oof. And which one did you suggest, Suriel?
Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. It's got 2
Oh,
worlds.
Metroid Prime 2.
There's
Okay.
There's 2 Samus.
Hmm.
To Samus.
This feels like, I feel like culturally somehow amongst you elites, it's become a dirty word. But if I were to just have X-ray vision, I feel like there's some love for Borderlands 2 in this group, and people are ashamed to admit it.
I've started that game 30 times in my life.
In a good way or a bad way?
In a good way.
Okay.
I guess.
don't like it that much.
I don't personally like it that much. but
Yeah,
I was just
yeah.
wondering.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, just seeing, just testing the waters.
I have to put up Dota 2 on that board.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yes, of course. Of course.
Yes, you do.
You have to do it. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Is
It's
that,
definitely
is
gonna
it
be-
that one or Tony Hawk's Underground 2?
Oh, see,
Hmm.
that's like, you definitely get a leg up in this competition if you're the best one of the series and 2. And I know it's a problematic take, but I would fight for Underground 2 over Pro Skater 2 as far as what
Okay.
is fun to play now.
Problematic.
Yeah.
People are suggesting, for Janet's honor, we should put Jack 2 on this list. That seems about right. Tip of the cap.
Tip of the cap.
Got to tip the cap. And
Shrek
in honor
2,
of Kyle, Shrek 2, yep.
Yep.
Dead Space 2 in honor of Kyle. I feel like,
Yeah,
what are we
yeah,
doing? You
yeah.
gotta put it on there.
Is that a Roman numeral sequel or number?
No, that's numbered, baby.
Oh, casual game.
StarCraft 2 is Roman numerals. Yeah, it's important to know that.
Two Worlds 2, Echoes of the Dark Past 2. No way is that real.
I love that though.
Can I get a realness check on that? I like it already with Two Worlds 2.
That might win, honestly.
Snopes fact check.
That is legitimately a DLC for Two Worlds 2.
That is huge for this competition.
That is NBA levels of win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got 1-2 Switch.
1-2 Switch.
And Psychonauts 2 in the
If
chat.
you love 2, you probably love counting to 2, and you can't get there without that road. That 1-2 Switch is laying out there for you.
Also suggests Switch is the third number.
Right.
Sure.
Somebody suggested PlayStation 2. Leo, does that count or not?
Is that a game? Is PS2 a game?
Like the boot up sequence?
Yeah.
I'll add video games to the title.
I did
for clarity.
Leo, I didn't propose it, but there's a version of my intro where I'm like, the amount of 2 should count, where I was like, and it's not just video games, and I was gonna be like, top of the list, Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah, that's tough to top. That's tough
Well,
to
the
top.
movie on UMD for PSP is kind of a game.
we can't start that.
You play it with your hand on a controller the whole time, just nothing happens.
Mm.
I
This
trust
is
chat
looking
more
pretty
than
good.
us to not miss anything, by the way. I'm enjoying looking
Sonic
at chat.
Adventure
I have
Is that
I have a
on
couple
there?
more.
Please.
Yeah,
Sonic
go for it,
Adventure
Suriel.
2 or Battle, because Battle's on the GameCube,
Yeah,
and that had the battle
I
mode
didn't.
that
I didn't
everyone
know
loved.
there was a difference.
there is. I think just
It-
put
that's all
battle.
that
It's
is.
better. Just put battle on there.
Yeah.
Why not? And also, it's just the
Doesn't look
dumbest
good.
name. I don't think there's a subtitle or a colon.
So
Am I
it's kind
wrong?
of Too Fast, Too Furious style. Sonic
think
Adventure
so.
2 Battle.
Yeah.
That's
You know
what
what?
he
I'm
adventures
dead
to.
wrong. Obviously, there is a colon. God, how
Obviously, I would
foolish.
know that. I mean, who do you think you're talking to here?
Oh my god! And I tried to run Trivia Tower. It's embarrassing.
Wow.
I
There's a-
have BioShock 2, which I think is controversial take, but I like it better than the first one.
Diablo 2 is silly not to put on this list.
Yep.
Diablo 2,
Mhm.
yeah.
BioShock 2 has been installed on my Steam Deck for so long, and that might have been the urge to finally play it. Suriel, thank you. A hot take like that.
Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus.
Mm.
That's got to be Roman
Like-
Numies, right? Roman
Adore.
Numies?
Yeah, that's Roman Numies.
Damn it!
got
This
them
person's got
movies.
me. I do love this game. Too extreme on the PlayStation 1. I mean, in terms of
Does it have
honoring two.
okay. Is that a numeral 2 or is that excessively?
No, there's
extreme?
no space as well. I'm pretty sure it is just straight
Okay,
up too
and Roman
extreme.
numeral, I assume, for
No,
too extreme?
number.
No, okay.
Number.
interesting.
2X,
Okay.
yeah.
That is
2X
the
is
name
a
of the
racing
game.
video game developed by Sony Interactive Studios America. Okay.
Don't you forget it.
Okay.
Feel free to veto this. Just feels like it'd be remiss if we didn't mention it. Destiny 2: The Witch Queen came out on February 22nd, 2022.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Nice.
Which I think
Also
was a
getting
Halo?
Tuesday
old.
for the record. So
Okay. We'll need a fact check on
Have
that.
we said Halo 2?
We have not said Halo 2 yet.
Combat Devolved.
Ooh, Wipeout 2048.
Sure.
You could add the game 2048 as well.
Oh, great
yeah.
point.
Oh,
Great
that's
point.
a great
That's a
like just
great
the
one.
sheer number of twos,
But-
the power of the two in that game.
But near
Right.
replicant wasn't allowed, but you jackals are allowing this?
I allowed it.
okay.
As a
okay.
jackal, I'm allowing this.
I can be overruled if we're
What about-
really on
That's
the
okay.
What
Why,
about-
why wouldn't you?
There's gotta-
Look, I know we're like tight on time and we don't need to litigate the rules constantly, but Charles, why aren't you okay with it near replicant 1.22, etc.? Because it does have
You
a
know,
2 in
that-
it, man.
But I'm allowing 2048. I got so excited about it that I do feel like a bit of a hypocrite.
Yeah,
There's
you're a
something
monster.
about- There's something about like a decimal number that feels like a more specific number, and it feels like they went out of their way to not be 2, you know, and that kind of like rubs me the wrong way. But if I'm like treating all digits equally in any given number, then I think you're right that it should count on here.
It's an insult to 2s. I'll definitely add
Are
it
there
then.
multiple 2s in that?
Yeah, there are. There are 2, and they're right next to each other as well.
Okay. Well, yeah. Shut up, Charles.
The two
Yeah.
teams.
It's
I'll
not
make
like right after the 1 point, but you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Left 4 Dead 2, good contender.
Great one.
Technically,
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077 counts.
Oh.
It's gotta be-
Yeah.
Guys, I feel like we're losing the plot a little bit. We're letting in the freak shows on the two
We're
front.
just
at this
we're just
point.
like, and we get brownie points for figuring out things that qualify. You know,
yeah.
That's
I don't
it
know.
counts. You gotta add it.
That's the
Helldivers 2. I don't know if that's on there.
Yeah, let's stay in hell. Hades 2. Hell, why not?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, are we nearing the point of let's get some slam dunks?
Yeah. What are the any big ones we're missing, if any?
Dunks
Chatters.
worth 2 points.
Do we have Dishonored
Good
2? Leo, do we have Dishonored 2 on there?
We do not at this
Ooh.
juncture.
Oh.
Oh, Death of the Outsider.
And then I don't know if we have Uncharted 2, but then I also have Banjo Tooie on here.
Yeah.
which-
Well, is it not?
no
it's-
numeral.
Get out of here,
It's
Tooie.
spelled Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yep.
Sorry,
we
everyone,
got-
for almost even putting that.
That's embarrassing. Fatal Frame 2, I think, is a great choice.
For sure, we'll say that again and fight for it hard. Knack 2, I've
right.
seen a lot. I can satisfy chat by putting that on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
But chat, you got to show us that you're satisfied. Let us know in the chat if you're satisfied for once.
Say we're good if you're all satisfied.
All right, I'm feeling great about this.
Would you fight for World of Goo too, Hanson?
No, I would not. I like that game, but sure, put it on the damn list. We're
the-
at that point.
The main person who likes that game, as far as I know.
That is true. That is true.
And it's got 2 O's in Goo.
Ooh.
And 2 before that.
Whoa. Ooh.
Okay, are we in slam dunk territory? Because we got a lot of games on this.
Yeah, I
list.
think
we
so, I
sure
think
do.
so.
Okay, I got a slam dunk.
Yep.
In my mind, I think StarCraft 2 is a slam dunk.
Anybody else played it here?
Nope.
I have.
For a genre that I love, but I do not love the campaigns. I think this campaign is incredibly fun. The story is solid, but specifically just how creative and different every single mission is throughout that campaign. It is so fun. And so many people, I think, just wrote it off like, oh, okay, yeah, it's scoring 10 out of 10s, but it's an RTS. Do I really need to check it out? But, you know, I remember as Jeff Green put it back in the day, like they successfully made a sequel to Chess with StarCraft 2.
Wow.
And it has a great campaign on top of that. Like it's so fun.
Cool.
Chess 2.
Just 2.
I push for Titanfall 2 on here. You got
Yes.
the 2 protagonists. You got single player and multiplayer. Hello, too. You got 2 teams and multiplayer.
I mean, in a Titan, you play as 2 guys at once.
essentially, and there's 2 big joysticks you're moving around.
Mm-hmm.
And the game's good or whatever. I don't know if that matters.
We'll lock Portal 2 on there. I feel
Yep.
like that's
Yep.
it's a crowd
Yep.
pleaser. Hard to argue with that.
Yep. I got no debate so far.
Mhm.
I will volunteer Dota 2. It's the Valve bought a sequel and actually like went from a remake to a sequel, and now it's got like a bunch of different 2 mechanics in there. In fact, they added the ability to choose one of 2 facets for a hero.
Wow.
You can choose 2 different versions of the same hero. Recently been 2'd.
Mm.
And have you spent $2,000 on skins?
I can do that right now.
Just to win.
I have spent 5,288 hours playing it.
Okay,
Whoa,
sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Making a note of that.
Charles, what's a lock for you?
I haven't even played all that much of it, but we should lock Red Dead, right? That's like
Hang on.
one
Well,
of the greatest of all time. No,
you haven't
you're
played-
saying
I mean, what do you want to lock? If you're saying I haven't played
I'll
that
lock
much of
it since it got brought up. But yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
I was
damn
just gonna say like it feel dumb. Lock.
I wouldn't lock it personally, but
Ooh,
we can have the
Okay.
discussion.
Oh,
it
that's
feels
fine.
like a bubbler.
I-
It feels like a bubbler.
It does feel like a bubbler to me. I'm not saying it's like terrible or anything. I just think that there are 10 better 2s
Red Dead 2?
to consider.
What we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lock. Last of Us Part 2. I like that game a lot. I haven't watched the show, and I know that I have muted the words "The Last of Us" on all my social media apps.
What a blessing!
Because I like having it existing as its own thing in my head and not having any context for it. So
smart.
But that's I just like
great case for the game so far.
I with few games, my brother who we played a lot of video games growing up, but he doesn't play as much in like adulthood. And there's a few series of games where I sit down with him and I'm like, this summer, this is going to be the game that we played. And we played Last of Us Part 1 last summer, and we're going to do Part 2 this summer. It is that of that caliber in my mind.
Nice.
I would lock Metal Gear Solid 2. Yeah. The Sons of the Liberty.
Lock it, yeah.
Done.
Can we lock Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
Sure.
I think it's a talker. Can we lock Mass Effect 2? Suriel, are you a Mass Effect 2 guy?
I like Mass Effect 2.
Okay.
It's not my favorite. Like, I don't know. I don't have the reverence for 2 as a lot of people do.
I like one more.
It is my favorite. It is my favorite of the 3, but
okay.
I'm not going to fight super hard for it personally.
Okay. All right. So just for the locks, how many do we have? Now we locked Two Worlds 2, Echoes of the Dark Part 2.
Yes. Echoes of the Dark Past 2. I'll move that up.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Ooh.
Dota 2, Last of Us. Yeah, we'll move those up.
Okay.
Keep an eye out. I'll give you a nice slow scroll.
Yeah.
What's sticking out? Diablo 2 seems like one of the more iconic 2s. I did play it a lot as a kid.
Okay.
That's kind of mostly it.
Iconic. Personally, I don't have that much love for it in my heart.
Yeah.
I think we should go by the room and not necessarily like.
Yeah.
We need to edit this so that people won't be mad at us.
Right. Two Worlds 2.
Super Mario Galaxy 2. Where are we at on that?
Yeah.
I was gonna lock that one.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Yeah. Suriel, are you not being honest to your heart right now? Be honest to your heart, to the chat. No, are you just saying like, well, I'm lucky as a fighting fan to have one game on here, but are we out of our damn minds for not having Street Fighter 2 on this list?
We should. I really like Street Fighter 2.
I do too.
I think that it basically invented a whole genre. It let you play as the same character twice, which the first one did not do. In one of its updated versions.
And in terms of, this is a tough component, but in terms of the most improved sequel, like it is the biggest leap, from any of these previous games on this list.
Yeah, and it is interesting because as the core MinnMax cohorts, we keep missing the new fighting games in a big way, but Street Fighter 2 is something that I did have a huge passion affair in my life with and have spent many hours with, so
wow.
I can speak to it a little more than usual.
Yeah, okay, so how many locks do we have?
Looks to me like 13.
Really? Wow, that's pretty good.
It's like we'll have to unlock some of them.
Yeah, 13 and including two joke ones, so we'll see how much
maybe 3 of them, that we would unlock or something.
How much weight that has. But really, nothing's got a chance of beating any of these. That's what we need to look at this list and say with confidence.
I think that's right.
Alan Wake 2? I love Alan Wake 2.
Look, I love Crash Bandicoot too, but what are we doing here, Leo? This is a top 10. This is tough.
I consulted on Alan Wake 2. I recused myself from conversation about it.
Did you tell them they were doing a great job and they should not change anything?
Yeah, I said like no notes, which was really not doing my job.
Pay up.
Easy.
I paid a lot of money to just say no notes. I like Alan Wake 2, but I'm not like I'm not a diehard Alan stan. I'm
gonna put it near so we don't forget about it. If I go, it's wrong. That's not on here.
An upper crust bubbler, if you will.
Upper crust bubbler, yes. If there's anything else like that. Borderlands 2 also feels like out of 2 reverence, it kind of belongs on there, but it doesn't seem like among this group.
Yeah.
I like the first game I thought of was Assassin's Creed 2. I don't know.
I will remember playing the ending of that game with my friends for the first time in my friend's basement for my entire life.
And I replayed that like a year or two ago, and I was like, this does for the most part hold up, which was nice.
Now, what if we pivoted at this point in the program and said, twist, this is actually, we're ranking the soundtracks of all these games, and then Mega Man 2 is secretly number 1.
Right.
Would that be a twist?
That would be a twist.
That would be a twist.
I don't want to do it, but I think
You're
it's
thinking,
funny.
you're thinking of the 10 tunes.
Oh, next week.
That's a completely
Next
different
week.
show.
Next
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
Absolutely. Let people vote on that. So good.
Wow. 10 Tunes prequel. I don't want to forget that.
Okay. That looks great to me.
Do we have enough to argue about here? If there's only 5 that need to get cut.
Yeah. Okay. We respect it and we honor it and we pour one out for it, but Two Worlds 2 Echoes of the Dark Past 2 has gotta go.
Also, I haven't played Destiny 2: The Witch Queen. I just liked the release date. I just kind of wanted to contribute, you know.
The Witch strikes again.
I think that deserves a spot as much as NBA 2K 2022.
Right. I think we really.
Well, that's for our spin-off, the most twos.
Right.
Well,
right.
I guess. I mean, we need to decide right now if how much weight the 2 factor has. Because I think, like any historic list, you want it to be the actual best game, but you can't deny its historical significance and something that paved the way like a Street Fighter 2 did. And I think in a similar way, you can't deny the sheer 2-ness of some of these titles.
I think I don't want to propose this and then not follow through with it. I kind of want to make a second list that's just for the 2ist, you know?
That might satisfy everyone, no?
Or at least can we put them in a little bucket and it's like these are the 2ist games. We don't have to rank them.
Yes.
Just be like you've honored us with your 2-ness at the very least.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They can stay in their freak bucket. There's no doubt.
You've honored us with your 2-ness.
Which 2-ness isn't a word, but it feels like it's a word, you know?
It should be. Yeah.
It should be.
It should have been like Merriam-Webster's word of the year in like 1973. Yeah.
Let's get that out of the way then so we get these off the list. So if we're ranking NBA 2K 2022, Two Worlds 2, Echoes of the Dark Past 2, and of course Destiny 2, The Witch Queen, which released on Tuesday, 2/22/22. How do we rank those three?
Peggle 2's up there in the 2-ness bucket.
No.
Why?
No.
Because of the GIF. No? Okay, never mind.
First of all, get that GIF crap out of here. Two Worlds 2, Echoes of the Dark Past 2. That's got to be.
Even though it has fewer 2s than 2K 2022, technically?
It's got 2 different ways to. It has 3 different ways to write 2.
That's true. The variety factor is incredible.
Oh, you know what? That is true. Yeah, no.
That's
right,
2. That's 2.
1.
It makes me think about the number 2 more than NBA 2K22 does. You know?
Yeah,
and that's what matters here.
There's variety, you know?
Yeah.
NBA is just repeating the same 2s we've always seen from them.
Dribble, dribble, dribble. We get it.
Right. So I think NBA is the last one, and Destiny 2 takes the second spot with Two Worlds 2. Sorry, for the audio listeners, 2... It's written out, Worlds 2, Roman numerals, Echoes of the Dark Past 2, Arabic numeral. Incredible.
Incredible. And can we read the list of contenders at this point and how many there are?
Yes. Titanfall 2, StarCraft 2, Wings of Liberty, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, Portal 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, Mass Effect 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, The Last of Us Part 2, Dota 2, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Street Fighter 2, Assassin's Creed 2, and one upper crust bubbler with Alan Wake 2.
And I'm sorry, I lost count. I'm not a math major. How many we had?
That is 12. And one upper crust bubbler.
Alan Wake. Okay.
Here's a proposition.
Mm-hmm.
You detach the train below Super Mario Galaxy 2, and Street Fighter 2 and Assassin's Creed 2 get the boot. Get the dirty 2 boot.
I don't think I'm with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Street Fighter 2's pretty good.
Okay, let's have the talk, Suriel. I'm a new convert for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I bought the arcade 1-up. I've had so much fun playing that game over the last 3 summers?
Hopefully 2.
Yeah. It's been an absolute blast. And Leo, something I think about all the time is when we were talking about it, and I was frustrated on the podcast for how I wasn't better at the game, and my argument was, but I know all the moves, and you're like, that's the dumbest argument I've ever heard in my life for arguing you should be better at a fighting game. But so I love that game, but I'm not confident about it being top 10. But Suriel, where's your level of love?
I'm fairly confident it should
be
in
great.
Top 10.
And it's hard to say more about it than how just fun it is and how fun it's successfully been for so long.
It's people are still playing it, like, and I still like watching it. It's super cool to watch, just to have a fever dream happen to you.
And if we're measuring passion, Charles, have you played Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
No, I've not played that or Street Fighter 2.
Okay, but if I showed you some characters from Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I know you as a big Marvel head, you'd lose your mind.
I would, yeah, probably. Mm-hmm. It looks.
So let's not do it because we want.
I like looking at Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yes,
I've seen screenshots. I've picked up the box in a store before.
Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, all right.
I want to poke at StarCraft 2. Do we have other people that have played StarCraft 2? I know Ben's particularly passionate about it.
I really liked it. Yeah, it's probably my favorite of those 3 games. I think I agree with Ben that the campaign is actually really, really solid, like surprisingly so. And the multiplayer is still really cool. They added enough units to that game to kind of keep it interesting without breaking a lot of what people really liked, which is like how perfectly balanced they all were.
Yeah, and the fact that I play Protoss in StarCraft 1, the kind of more abstract, advanced alien species, right? And so the idea of them splitting StarCraft 2 into different parts and being like, okay, StarCraft 2, Wings of Liberty, I guess this game is going to be all about the Terran. And I'm like, I don't play Terran. I don't play as the humans. Like, why would I get excited about this? I'm so bummed out. I want my Protoss. You can still play them in multiplayer, obviously, which is fantastic. But like for the sake of the campaign, the fact that it made me fall in love with the Terran throughout the course of that campaign. And again, just so much wild creativity, a Titanfall 2 level of creativity almost in just how much variation there is from mission to mission. And then soundtrack is a Hall of Famer. And the campaign's so cool as well, because it's like, you're doing your RTS missions, you got it. But then there's actually like branching paths and characters, and you get to make decisions and choices in funky ways as you're meeting different characters on the ship, the Hyperion. And so it's just a really cool structure for an RTS campaign.
Yeah, and it feels like you are living inside of this giant battle cruiser because you're checking in with people just to have dialogue exchanges after every mission.
Yeah.
And it's there's a lot of like hidden stuff in there as well. There's a lot of optional objectives, and there's a lot of like Ben said, there's branching choices, and there's like hidden campaigns and stuff in there as well.
And in the sake of the two-ness, it is one of those games that's like, you can't make a sequel to StarCraft. You can't make a 2. And the fact that they did it, and it took 1,000 years, but they did it, and it was so damn good. I like honoring it on this list. I'm feeling pretty lucky.
Okay. Well, Lucky Martin.
That's right.
Can I quickly poke at The Last of Us Part 2?
Sure.
Because I know Charles loves it. I think it's not as good as the original.
I agree.
But I'm curious.
I disagree.
Okay, so you and Charles are pretty hot on the game being on this list.
I think I am fine. I think Part 2 is more fun to play than the original. I just think it adds more interesting mechanics. It's one of those games where when I've gone back to play the first one, I have been like, oh, you can't like dodge in the first game, and that's like a big part of combat. So I think on that point.
Yeah, but also on it being fun to play, I went back and played 1 again after playing 2 again, or playing 2 for the first time with my sweetie 1 replay a year or 2 later. It ends up being more fun to play 1 because I'm more invested in what's going on, and killing the guys matters more to me because I care more about like getting through where they are. And Last of Us Part 2, it didn't click for me as it didn't for many people because I was like, I don't care about what I'm doing. I actively don't want it to happen, and it's a chore to be spending this much time going through these encounters, even with new mechanics, which I'm not liking in the roguelike mode. I'm enjoying how fun that combat is now.
Factor that in.
Talk about on the podcast.
I like it more than 1. I like it a lot. I'm not feeling die hard about it being on this list personally.
You can cut it.
Wow.
That's fine.
In the spirit of his selflessness, I will also say I'm probably the biggest champion for Mass Effect 2 on here, and I like Mass Effect 1 more. So at that point, it's okay to let it go.
Thank you, champion.
Yeah, it's going on its own little suicide mission.
What a tough choice you just made.
That's right. And that's 10?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's 10, baby!
Wow.
I love it. Okay. So it is Titanfall 2, StarCraft 2, Metal Gear Solid 2, Portal 2, Red Dead 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Dota 2, Mario Galaxy 2, Street Fighter 2, Assassin's Creed 2. This feels like a list we would come up with.
Yeah.
Which I guess is a good sign.
Sure.
Yeah. Real quick, Leo, can you put 2 by all of them so that they're all ranked 2?
Job done.
That's a great idea. I'll try to figure out how to do that logistically.
Now, should we start bottom up? What do we think is the weakest on this list? And we can work from there?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm just putting them in order, and we can say, like, this looks egregious. This has got to go way down. This has got to go way up.
Yeah. Personally, I love Assassin's Creed 2 at 10.
I also do, for the record.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay.
I feel like Portal 2. That for me, Portal 2 is my front runner. I feel like Portal 2 gets the
as
one spot in my head. Yeah. Just like vibes wise.
Should 2 be the number 1 spot? Like, shouldn't we put?
I also was thinking that. Like, the one that actually wins is whoever comes in second. But Portal 2 to me was like, and not just like aggregating lists of good games. That just feels to me like that would be a non-controversial pick. So that's what my
coward. I hear a coward on this call, Leo Vader. Non-controversial pick my butt. That's not what we're here to do.
Okay. If I'm going controversial picks, then I'm erasing the whole list and I'm putting Lego Star Wars 2 at number 1. We're not doing that today.
I'm now feeling very sensitive to what Ben Hanson must go through running the 210s, where it's like, whenever somebody says something I agree with, I just want to do it immediately. It just feels like, well, I'll just go ahead and do that, and then we can change it if they don't like it. But
and now let me spend the next 30 minutes calling you an asshole, and now you know how it feels, Leo.
Yeah, we should have our own pissy zone for this for sure.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I would say just as a placeholder, see how it feels. Like, I think Portal 2 would be an interesting number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not egregiously opposed to it. I scoffed. But
you did slight opposition.
Yeah. Here's my question. Dota 2 on this list. This is one of those things where it's like, well, all right, it probably is like the best game ever. I just don't play it.
I haven't played anything for 5,000 hours.
We can put it at 9. We can put it. I'm fine with it being at 9.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm also fine with that. Yeah.
Just because I know, I know, guys. That is.
Yeah. I just feel like it's either.
It is literally my number 2 favorite game of all time, and I'm fine with where it's on the list.
I'm saying it's either like number 1 or it's number 9. Is how I feel about Dota 2, right? Like.
Yeah.
I think we have to go for personal passion. I think my passion for that game is still off the charts, and I know that you guys have not as much passion.
Here's Suriel as a bone, because I know you love chewing on them bones. Don't eat meat, but you sure like the bone. I would put Mario Galaxy 2 at 9.
I would actually put it higher.
Yeah.
What? Is it your number 1 favorite game of all time?
No.
Well, then let the jury
know.
No,
I'm saying, like, I think we have to aggregate it based on our personal passion, right? And I think we as a group are more passionate about Super Mario Galaxy 2 than we are about Dota 2.
I got to say, I obviously love playing the Galaxy games. If I rang my passion out into a cup, I don't know how much I would actually have for Galaxy 2 in particular.
Wow. That's an image.
I like the Yoshis. Honestly, that's the main thing I remember from Galaxy
I think
2.
that game is incredibly clever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's better than the original. I think it's undersung, which is weird to say about a Super Mario game, but like, I think this game is unbelievably good in how often it just changes things up and how quickly it just says, like, here's a brand new mechanic that could be its own game. We're only using it for like 3 levels. Yeah.
Hey, Suriel, I know we haven't podcasted too much recently. Do you give me permission to be a huge dick?
Yeah, he's been doing this huge dick thing lately.
Whoa.
It's kind of this new beat. Yeah, MinnMax has changed a lot.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Oh yeah, pop quiz, Suriel. Name 3 galaxies from Mario Galaxy 2.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It has been a long time since I played it, but there's the one where you get
Nope.
control Yoshi as a. Yeah, I don't know the names.
Name 3 levels from StarCraft 2.
Okay. You first, Suriel.
It's still Suriel's turn to name.
I can name 3 cities in Assassin's Creed 2.
Damn it.
Well,
Name-
3 is I actually knock against it. The fact that there's only 3 cities.
I can name
that's true.
3
This should be true.
levels in Street Fighter 2. America.
I can name
Russia.
3. I can name 2 characters from Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
I could name 2 dog tags from Metal Gear Solid 2.
Guys, this should be the new show plus.
That's why you can't do it like this. It always devolves into who everybody
You're right.
they can name.
You're right. Okay. Where do you guys stand on Galaxy 2? Leo, you hate that stupid plumber, as you say, off and off mic.
Yeah, but I never even tried Super Mario Galaxy 2. Maybe I would have loved it.
Oh, okay.
What can I ask, Suriel? Where do you feel like these fighting games go on the list? Are you wanting to adjust those at all? Do you like Marvel vs. Capcom over Street Fighter 2? Just as the one who's the most invested in both.
I think so, but I feel like personally I would put them above. I would put them above Red Dead and Titanfall. But
that's a tough one. I'd let you do that for Red Dead, and I'd fight you on Titanfall.
Okay,
Frankly.
that's fine. I'm fine with if it's Red Dead. I think I would definitely want Galaxy 2 higher
above the fighting games and Red Dead.
Yeah, would it be weird if we went Red Dead 8, Galaxy 2? For 7, it's Galaxy at 7, Red Dead at 8.
If it's weird, we're not. We've been weird. We're not breaking a seal.
I have more love for Red Dead 2 than Galaxy 2. Personally, I assume Leo's in that same camp.
Certainly, I've Red Dead 2 is one of my favorite games ever. As well as Titanfall.
Okay, we can leave it this way. I'm fine.
But
with
yeah,
that.
it's I mean, in normal Red Dead 2 conversations that I'm assuming we're having, there's a group of people who don't like it at all, don't like what it was trying to do. Are people like that present in this conversation right now, or are we all kind of more on the positive side, but just varying levels?
I am generally positive, but I kind of, and I don't know if I ever said that. I think I talked about Red Dead 2 was with Haley, so I didn't I know she liked it a lot, so I was like, I'm not gonna be too mean. I think I got too bored. I think I was. Sure. I think I got disconnected from the story, and I was bored that I kept doing a story mission and another one. I was like, I don't know any of these guys, and I can't keep track of their names. Which is, I don't know. There's a lot of games that I'm sure people felt that way.
I could name 3 of their names.
You can?
Yep. Dutch. John. Jack.
Okay.
Is Bob there? Is Bob there too?
He's around.
Is there a Michael?
Is there a Jebediah?
Yep, they're all in there.
So yeah, I don't know.
All your favorite names.
It was less of a this is a bad game and more of a it's not for me, and also it's so long I can play 5 indie games in the time it's going to take me to finish this, so I just kind of moved past it.
And did you play Galaxy 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's above Red Dead in your mind.
I guess, yeah.
And he said, yeah, kind of like Mario.
He did. There was no doubt about that. Yeah, totally.
Wow. Thank God we're doing this list. When else would we be debating Mario Galaxy 2 versus Red Dead Redemption 2? Should we do show of hands? It might just be split down the middle with 4 people.
Yeah.
But Red Dead 2 above Mario Galaxy 2 is me and Ben, and then the other way is Suriel and Charles.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, wait, can we flip
trying.
a coin? That's a 2. That's 2s, right?
Two-Face.
2 outcomes.
Two-Face.
Mm-hmm.
Two-Face love coins.
I also have a D20 here.
Do a D20 in the style of a coin flip, then. Since D20 has 2 in it.
You want evens or odds, Leo?
Hanson, what do you think, man? Evens?
As Arthur Morgan once said, never tell me the odds, so we gotta go evens.
1. Worst
Leo,
case for you.
What
Okay.
happened? What happened?
Okay.
He's like, he
Hey.
didn't even fight for it.
That was perfectly fair. We can't be mad about that.
You really can't.
That felt awful. I don't like just aesthetically these two fighting games being right next to each other. It
I
That
feels
seems
also
like,
easy.
don't, but
Cop out.
I don't have any strong feelings about.
I
I
think
don't know.
Titanfall 2 is the wedge between MVC 2 and Street Fighter 2. And let me
Hold on.
explain why.
Okay, go ahead.
No, please interrupt me.
No, mine was going to be about another game, so let's talk about Titanfall 2 first.
Yeah, obviously, incredible game.
Yes.
I have no love for the multiplayer, which may be sacrilegious, but that campaign, it's my favorite first-person shooter campaign by a mile.
That's the magic of it. It hits both so well, and still we are met with shooters yearly that are trying to do what Titanfall did and are failing at it. I mean, are doing okay, but it's a joke compared to Titanfall 2. If you just go back and play that, including all the like progression and the stuff that feels modern, the like dopamine loops, like they had that to a science at that point, and any iteration beyond that has been diminishing returns, frankly.
Can I say, as one of its proponents, that I think StarCraft 2 could be the wedge here between Marvel.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
That feels correct to me.
The
Because
wedge of liberty.
I was trying to think of where to put that, and I think that, yeah.
Again,
I think enthusiasm-wise, that makes sense to me.
yeah, no disrespect. As long as we all agree, there's no disrespect.
For sure.
Titanfall 2 at 3 seems high.
Is
mean,
it just me and you who are hot on it?
Well, yeah, Suriel, Charles, you guys play that?
I really like both of these games. Like if we're talking Titanfall versus Marvel, I would definitely give the edge to Marvel. But like I also really enjoy the Titanfall 2 campaign. So
I have not played enough Titanfall 2 to have an opinion.
Did you hear how bored
you haven't played
sounded?
Marvel either, right? Like Charles, am I correct in saying you don't really have a horse in this race between Marvel and Titanfall?
No, yeah, that's what I was saying. I've not played a significant amount of either. Ben, it's less boredom and more that like I'm realizing in real time that this is actually, the arguing is kind of stressing me out. So anytime I'm met with any resistance, I'm like, actually it's fine. No, I don't even like Last of Us 2, actually. We'll be okay.
As long as we're not mad.
This is
As
interesting
long as you're not mad
because
with me, I'm okay.
I was wondering if this would have more or less passion than the 210s because it is like less recent, but more time for it to really crystallize as one of our favorite games ever. But I think, in a game end of the year debate, you do have the advantage of like, I just played this and I feel the feelings I felt while playing it still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Versus these are all pretty distant. Metal Gear Solid 2 at number 2, is that good?
I
feel good about that.
Good with that. Yeah.
Okay.
I actually, of all the games I have played on this list, I did play that game, and it's fine there.
Wow. I mean, you just played it like last year or something, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, it was my main takeaway from that game, which was not a good thing you could write into an article or anything. I was like, well, that was weird. It was just like it was very. It felt very odd. I don't know. I think the ending is so off the wall that I was just truly not expecting. But I enjoyed it. I liked the first one more. I played 1 and then I played 2, and then I was like, that was a lot for me, so I'll get to 3 later. But I felt more passionate about 1.
I mean, in a Mass Effect-esque way, I also like Metal Gear Solid 1 more. I don't know if that's dinging the 2-ness here. If that's a factor.
I mean, I like 3 more. What does that tell you?
That we should probably bump it down this list a little bit.
Right. I mean, if the 2-ness is a factor, which we kind of said no to.
Yeah.
Most of the other times that came up.
Yeah. But okay, but it's just Metal Gear Solid series is just so good that even if it's like our second favorite,
it seems that way.
I still think Metal Gear Solid 2 is a fantastic game.
Oh yeah. There's no doubt here. If I may poke the bear once more, the bear who lives in the hornet's nest. Look, I don't want to be the a-hole that's like, Portal 2 is a bad game. It's obviously a great game. Is it number 1 great game on this list? Like, lovely, so fun. Wheatley is an incredible character, great puzzles, super unique, co-op's cool. But
Great
just
case for it not being the best one so far.
Yeah, what are you saying?
No flaws
What are you
in
saying
it.
is better than Portal 2?
I think StarCraft 2 is way better than Portal 2.
I disagree.
You're entitled to that.
Thank
You're
you.
acting entitled.
Does
Oh,
StarCraft 2 have J.K. Simmons?
I'd have to double check. I don't think so.
Portal 2.
If we are ranking this game based on presence of J.K. Simmons, Dota 2 also has a J.K. Simmons announcer pack.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Leo, you heard him. Put it up on the list.
Leo instinctively.
Yeah. Portal 2, I think, kind of instinctively gets the old Spider-Man 2 treatment of what an amazing game. So amazing as to be blasé and for me to be not excited about putting it on there. But when you think about it more, it's like, it's what if it was Spider-Man 2 levels of quality while also doing new cool stuff. It just happened to hit with everybody because it was that good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it has 2-player co-op.
2-player co-op.
It's also very good.
With
You
Steam
make
Workshop,
2 portals,
unlimited
2
co-op
modes.
levels. I've had so much fun with that over these years of my life.
Unlimited is more than 2. But
I
I'm
should play
not.
Portal 2
Infinity
How
plus
many-
2.
again.
How many times have people rolled credits on Portal 2? Out of curiosity, for this group.
Twice.
At least twice.
Okay.
When it came out, I bought it on PS3 because they had the whole like, oh, if
Yeah.
you buy the PS3 version, you get a Steam code. And I beat it on both of those. I beat it on PS3 and then I beat it on PC.
Yeah.
So I played it through it twice.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. I've started it for a second time many times, but I really only beat it that one time back in 2011, so it's a bit hazy for me.
Mhm.
Then again, that opening is so damn good.
and I
It
do
really
want to maintain the number 1 game on this list, is the best game. The number 2 game is the winner
Yeah.
because they're number 2 on the list of the 10
Right.
twos.
I am
Right.
almost
right.
more
It's
concerned
kind
about
of
that.
like, it's like number 1 gets a gold medal and number 2 takes home the trophy.
Right.
Right. Those Metal Gear Solid 2 deserve that trophy with the 2-ness dings raised against it.
I still like it up there.
I like it. I liked it too until I'm thinking about the importance of number 2 that Charles is raising. Because you can't
Yeah.
deny the 2-ness if we're giving the number 2 spot value. And it's
I think
especially
we're
not 2E2.
It is a very 2E2 because it adds the whole new character and it has them interact. You got Raiden and Snake interacting. I mean, in terms of just kind of like 2-ness, when you think of a sequel, you think of them getting bigger, better, and the fact that the game does that and also just gets a hell of a lot stranger.
It is a game about being a sequel to another game.
That's exactly it.
Sure.
That's exactly it. It is all the Solid Snake simulation. It is literally, yeah, you're right. Suriel, I'm going to stop talking because you nailed it in that one sentence. It is literally the only game here about being a sequel.
That's good.
If we go down the
context.
list in terms of like 2-ness, we've established Portal 2.
How many times have we had this conversation? It's like,
I'm just saying,
yeah,
like, if we're looking at, we've looked at the ranks in terms of quality. I'm just saying, if we're going in orders of 2-ness, it feels pretty good because it's like Titanfall 2, you play as 2 guys at once. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is the 6th guy. Like, it just, I don't know.
You're saying it lines up that way. Anyway.
I'm saying I feel comfortable with that. I guess my main thing is, if we're gonna poke something and say we don't like where it is, what are we replacing it with? I think that's what I'm. If we don't like Metal Gear Solid 2 there, you're saying Titanfall 2 goes up? I think we have objections to that.
Yeah.
then I feel like what are we making the argument that Portal 2 and Metal Gear Solid 2 should swap, and because Portal is the one we want to give that to, or
well, again,
I'm not sure what the distinction is.
We're thinking too much about the 2 as the prime slot. Like, does anybody here want to swap MGS2 and Portal 2?
I do not.
I do not.
No, with Portal 2 at
Yeah.
number 1, MGS2 in number 2,
Okay.
with the good pitch for its 2-ness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this might be the list, you guys.
Wow. It's almost surreal to have it here at the end of all this.
You want to run it down, Leo, from the bottom up?
From the bottom up, number 10, Assassin's Creed 2. Number 9, Dota 2, which Suriel has 5,280 hours of gameplay in. And combined, we have almost 5,281 amongst all 4 of us. Number 8, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 7, Super Mario Galaxy 2. Number 6, Street Fighter 2. Number 5, StarCraft 2, Wings of Liberty. Number 4, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Number 3, Titanfall 2. Number 2, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. Number 1, Portal 2.
Wow.
That's a pretty good list of 2s. I'd be surprised if anybody has any big misses on there.
I don't think it exists. I love it.
Suriel,
I love it.
Is the 5,280, is that the exact the right now, or are you rounding down?
Because that's rounding down.
That's
5,288.
Okay, I was gonna say 5,280 is the number of feet in a mile, and that was just too weird of a coincidence to sit right now. Being 5,280.
I've played a mile of Dota 2 hours. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, just say that. Thanks for watching and listening, everybody. Suriel, got anything to plug?
Not at the moment. Just keep on keeping on. You know
what? Nothing
in my honor. No, not at the moment.
All right.
Maybe soon. I might have something soon.
Okay, cool.
Oh, you know what? If you are a video game company looking for a consultant, I'm available for work. Get at me.
Wonderful.
You can contact me on Blue Sky. I'm suriel.bluesky.social, or my email address is, you know what? It's on my Blue Sky profiles. Just go there.
Nice. Charles?
Game Informer is where I work, and we are bringing the magazine back very soon. So if you go to GameInformer.com and you sign up for an account, sign up for the newsletter, you'll be on the list to get the best price when we do actually get that out. The newsletter is going to be the exclusive first price, and then after that, prices will be what they are. And also, we'll be doing Summer Game Fest stuff. I'm going to be going, so that'll be cool.
Yeah.
MinnMax people. And you can go to the YouTube channel because I've been editing video reviews and stuff. So, Game Informer.
Hell yeah. Excellent. I almost forgot to remind us that you've honored us with your 2-ness list was NBA 2K 2022, Destiny 2 The Witch King, which released on Tuesday 2/2/2/2/2, and number 1 2 Worlds 2 Echoes of the Dark Past 2. So they've honored us with their 2-ness. And shouts out to them for that. Hanson, what's your housekeeping stuff, buddy?
Star of Providence, good game on Steam that released earlier this year. You can get, if you support MinnMax on Patreon, at the $5 tier. Otherwise, the MinnMax Show podcast, it's going to be going up later this week because we want to get our hands on that Switch 2 first. And so it's going to be a late upload, probably like a Thursday evening upload for the MinnMax Show. But then we're going to have a Switch 2 launch stream in the MinnMax studio, which is going to be fun. And then everybody's going to come on back the next day, and we're going to have a reaction stream to the Summer Game Fest showcase from the MinnMax studio as well. That's happening Friday at 4 p.m. Central on MinnMax's YouTube channel. So give us a sub there and look forward to it, please.
Tons of fun studio stuff, and then the SGF stuff when the crew gets back. A travel from the many people we have out there.
Heck yeah.
Exciting times. And New Show Plus, you can vote on at the Backstage Pass tier every Monday. That poll goes up, and it was a really tight one. People can always make a difference, if not just from their vote themselves, but getting a freaking organized movement going in the Discord. It's exciting stuff. Thanks for watching and listening, everybody.
Bye. Every week, we let Patreon supporters choose which new show we create with New Show Plus. Should we create another episode of the show you just watched? Check out the biggest new game release? Get into Sea of Thieves? Create an exercise show? It is your call. So thanks to everybody who subscribes on YouTube or supports us over on Patreon. MinnMax exists because of you. As always, if you enjoy MinnMax content, any help telling a friend is appreciated.